Lately, it has been quite cold in the mid of Norway. The past 2 weeks with temperatures below minus 10 degrees have turned the nature around our cabin into this Hollywood-like winter wonderland. The ice on the lake right in front of our door became solid, and I decided that I had to try my luck with ice fishing. And I'm sure Yuki thought that it would be a pretty good idea too. To make it a bit more of an adventure than just fishing, we decided to set up a little camp and brought some tea and food to prepare ourselves for a day on the ice. What's up guys, welcome back to the second episode of Cabin Vlogs, and today we're going ice fishing. Hopefully you enjoy this format so far, and if you do, then leave me a bit of feedback in the comments and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The goal for today is to catch at least one fish. My ambitions are rather low for the first time ice fishing, and this hole is also pretty tiny, so we first need to get the drill and get some proper holes done. I forgot to mention that Yuki is also part of the adventure. He has his bone and is super happy, and when he's here I have a bit of company and don't get too lonely if the fish is not biting at all. We don't have any live bait, but my girlfriend is in the city close by to get some maggots. So for now we're using this trout that I tried to cut into worm-like pieces and see if it works as well. Now that we got the first one ready, I think I'm going to try to keep it around 1.50 meters to 3 meters below the surface, as I read that trout enjoys it there in the winter. I'm not too sure though, so I'll just try different depths with the 3 rods that I have and see what works best at the end of the day, but better get this going even though the rods are already a bit frozen. And you stop eating the bait. This one should be ready to go. I'll just attach it to a stick not to lose the rod if anything is biting, and we're going on with the next few holes. It's actually much harder to reopen holes that were open yesterday than to make new ones. The angles of drilling are a bit weird, so I think I'm getting an axe to make this a bit more efficient. No, we're not stealing the fish. We keep this one a little bit deeper than the one before, so probably around 4 meters. Let's see which area the fish prefers. I guess we figure out in the course of the day. These ice cracks are rather creepy, I have to say. But it's very much thick enough to keep us up here. So. One more left. For this hole we're switching up the plan a little. Thea just came back with maggots, so I don't have to cut this frozen fish anymore, and I hope this will keep our chances a bit higher than on the other holes. Alright, I have 3 maggots on that one now. I'll try to get the lure to the ground and then lift it up 1 meter, as this was told how I'm supposed to ice fish. We hit the ground now, let's just lift it up for 1 meter and then we're ready to go back to the other holes. Now that I got the maggots and I don't have to use the trout for bait anymore, he's actually allowed to get that, and hopefully that keeps him from stealing the sticks that I used to fix the rods on the holes. So I hope that's a win-win for all of us. It seems like it's going to be a pretty long day, so I'll get inside and get the 2 spare rods that I have to lift our chances a bit so that we're not completely unsuccessful. I also make sure to set them up a bit farther away so that I'm not scaring away all the fish with my footsteps here. The spikes below the shoes make quite a bit of sound, and I have a suspicion that the fish up here is a bit skeptic about it. Now that I'm back with coffee and 2 new rods, I think things should go in the right direction. The sun is setting already, it's 1:55, so I think we will have 1 more hour of fishing. Yesterday I already lost the lure because it got stuck in the ice, so let's not repeat that. Otherwise I'll be back here tomorrow and have another nice outdoor day. I mean, that's the worst outcome.
It's literally so cold that even my B cam developed an ice layer.
I'm trusting fully on Sony's promise that these cameras are weather sealed. Otherwise I have a problem tomorrow. It seems like we're actually having a bite here. Let's see what we get. It doesn't seem too big. The first one at the end of the day. Aye, there we go. Normally these ones are actually not biting. It's an Arctic char and not too big. Let's get this out of here. But it's still a pretty beautiful fish. I'm really happy that we actually got the first one. I put fresh bait onto this hook. Hopefully we'll get something bigger than that, but it's a good start. I'm really happy about that. Same hole, and we got a second bite. Maybe we'll get something a little bit bigger now. Yeah, feels a bit bigger. Hey, number 2. Hey, that is not your food. That is not your food. What a great looking fish. You think so too, right? Number 2. We're going somewhere at least. Still not big, but enough for him for dinner, right? I have to say that I'm actually quite enjoying these more vlog type videos. In my opinion, it makes it much easier to integrate YouTube into your life as a creator, because you can basically do what you would normally do and what you would have fun at and just keep filming it. In the end, all the videos that I made in the tech direction, be it the LUT video or the more tutorial stuff, performs way better than the outdoor videos that I have been doing so far. Don't get me wrong, I'm also enjoying making these tech videos, but it seems like when you're vlogging and when you're outside in nature, it's easier to transmit certain emotions and give the video a bit more depth next to just being an explanation of how to solve a problem. It's also way easier to integrate Yuki into what I'm doing when I'm outside on an adventure, rather than sitting inside and recording a tutorial in the same position on the desk all day. In a way, it's also deeply important for me to share our current way of living in the cabin, pretty off the grid, with what I would consider a bit more simple life than what I had back in the city. It seems to me that these very simple things like catching your own fish for dinner or having an adventure with your dog come a bit too short on YouTube, and everything is more focused on the latest gear review and what you need to have and should buy. Despite me thinking that way, I'm quite aware that not everybody does, so on this channel I'm trying to combine the gear part, the filmmaking part, with the nature, rather simple life, cabin stuff. And I hope it inspires one or other of you that off-grid living or semi-off-grid living and the tech part can go quite well together. But this is a vlog and I'm not supposed to be here drinking tea and talking all the time, so I better make sure that the holes behind me are not covered by ice when I'm coming back. Nothing here? Let's just put that back in and give it a bit more time. That feels not too good. The fish is not biting anymore and it's getting pretty dark now, so I decided to call it a day. If you enjoyed this ice fishing experience, then make sure to find this red little button on the page and subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a Discord where we have channels like off-grid living and filmmaking, so make sure to join that as well. All links are in the description, and I'll make sure to see you soon.